Thanksgiving time is here, and of course that means lots and lots of food, but the same old menu items can get very boring, like green bean casserole or mashed potatoes. So we're here with Executive Chef of Operations, Dewey McMurrey, to add some new favorites to your table.
Sage butter crab, pumpkin risotto is a traditional Italian dish, but would be great for holidays here in America, I think, just because it's foods we like and the style we like, because it's kind of casserole-y.
Yes.
Without being a casserole. I just cut off a side, seeded it, and then trimmed the membrane and the skin off. We'll take the peel off. You do need to blanch it and shock it. So throw it in boiling water until it gets a little tender. Throw it in ice water so it stops cooking, and then it's ready for us to recook in our rice.
What exactly is risotto? What does risotto mean?
Risotto is a traditional rice dish, but it uses the highest starch content rice. It's very short, fat grain rice with tons of starch in it. The key to fresh herbs, add them at the end where they don't have to cook a lot. With dry herbs or spices, add them at the beginning because they're dried and you have to heat them up to bring the oils out to give you that flavor. First step in risotto is getting your pan really hot. And the ratio for like white rice is 2 to 1, 2 parts water to 1 part rice. For this, it's like 4 to 1, 4 parts water to 1 part rice. So let that get real hot, and we'll add our rice. And you got to toast the rice first. So we'll just sit there and stir it in that butter and keep stirring, keep stirring. And it's not a very quick, I mean, it's 15-20 minutes to make it. I'm going to put the garlic and shallots in after the rice. And the reason I do that is because when you burn garlic or shallots, it's so bitter. And it just changes the flavor of everything. Well, if you already have the rice in there, it almost won't let the garlic and shallots burn because it just distributed the heat across the pan. Woo! Gotta watch it though, especially on that super high heat. You know, cooking's all about developing flavors, so the more flavor you can put in there, the better it'll be, you know. When your rice is toasted, but before it burns, add some liquid. So you're just gonna stir it until it starts getting creamy. And then when it looks like it's almost dry, we'll add some more liquid. Okay. And then we'll stir it to this point again, and we'll add some more liquid. And then right before it's done, we'll taste it to make sure the rice is soft. And then we'll season it and add our other ingredients. And then that's it. You're done. Add some more of our stock, just a little bit at a time, until it's cooked. Okay. When you first add your liquid, you can walk away. You got a few minutes. Yeah. But when it starts getting thick, you really got to stay on top of it. Yeah. The more you stir, the faster you stir, the faster and the more starch it releases. And if it ever seems like it's getting way too hot and you can't keep up with it, just pull it off the fire and stir it up and take your time. It doesn't have to sit there constantly. And you know, you can use stock. You don't have to use crab. You could use chicken and chicken stock, or you could use beef and beef stock, or just vegetables and vegetable stock. Any kind of flavored stock will taste better than water. Right. And this is what I mean. Risotto is so yummy and tasty, but a lot of people just don't like sitting here stirring for 10 or 15 minutes. It's usually around 15 minutes. See how it's bubbling? The liquid? Mm-hmm. That's what you want your water to be at the whole time. Okay. So you want it at a pretty good simmer, high heat, kind of medium high heat. You don't want to judge your risotto, how much risotto you're making by the amount of rice, because it'll probably quadruple in size. Okay, so in this pan I just got some of that infused butter. We're going to add our crab to that and just flash saute it with the pumpkin and the beans right before we add it to the risotto. And you can cook that to get color, to get hot. I want a little color, so I'm going to turn up my heat a little bit. And just sear one side. And you can add these individually to the risotto too. Like at this stage where it's almost done, but they're cold, you can add them to this and it will heat up. I'm just trying to give them a little more flavor by cooking them separate. Coriander is cilantro seed. It's very lemony, very citrusy. It's really good with fish or anything that you like a citrus flavor to. So that's pretty kind of loose, but you always finish your risotto with Parmesan. So add a little bit, stir it up, let it melt. Okay, we'll add some of our crab and pea and or bean and pumpkin mixture.
That's good. I love that.